On this edition of Maury County Now, tune up with the Spring Hill Orchestra. Get your kicks with our Mule Day must-see events. Historic Maury County gets glassed. And finally, our finale of What Happened to the Columbia Mall. All this and more on this edition of Maury County Now. Hello, and welcome to Maury County Now, Columbia and Maury County's magazine news show covering Maury County. Music comes in all forms throughout Maury County, and Spring Hill has just what you're looking for. We spoke with Rebecca Vendimo, conductor of the Spring Hill Orchestra, about how they're giving back to the community, one performance at a time.
Hello, my name is Rebecca Vendimo. I'm the founder and the director of the Spring Hill Orchestra. We started the orchestra 2.5 years ago, just as an idea to be able to provide the community and musicians with the opportunity to play and hear orchestral music. We have quite a diverse group of people, from primary school to folks that are retired. We have people who have degrees in music. We have people who are just music hobbyists. We do strictly classical music for the most part. Every now and then we'll do a pops concert, but the mission of this orchestra is to do standard orchestral repertoire. So we got started just basically spreading the word. I had started to meet people in the community and knew that there was enough people here that it could support an orchestra. So I started making flyers and just passing them out to everybody that I met and telling everybody that I was starting an orchestra. And finally I just set a date. And bit by bit, people started contacting me. Before I knew it, we were having our first rehearsal right before Christmas time. So we had a group of about the neighborhood of 25 people, 25 to 30 people. And we just did some movements of Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker Suite on a Christmas concert. And from there, we just kept planning concert after concert. And here we are 2.5 years later, and we have another concert in 2 weeks. So a typical orchestra is composed mainly of string players, so violins, violas, cellos, double bass, and then we have the wind section. In the wind section, they're usually in pairs, so 2 flutes, 2 oboes, 2 clarinets, 2 bassoons, 2 trumpets, 2 horns. Sometimes you'll have a larger piece that requires more winds, so maybe 4 trumpets, 4 horns, and then you'll start to bring the trombones at that point also. So it could be 3 trombones, sometimes even tuba, and then you have the percussion section, which is usually timpani, and then sometimes some other auxiliary percussion like triangle, crash cymbal, suspended cymbal, those kind of things. One of the pieces we're doing on our upcoming concert also includes a harp player.
My name is Ashley Barnett, and I play the violin for the Spring Hill Orchestra.
Hi, my name is Jaynes Siepker. I play flute and percussion in the Spring Hill Orchestra.
Hi, my name is Mark Donahue, and I play trumpet for the Spring Hill Orchestra.
I have been in the orchestra for the 2 years that it has been in existence, and I have been playing the violin since I was 4.5, so about 25 years. I was excited to get to join an orchestra because there was nothing like that in this area, and this gives me a chance to work on my skills as a teacher as well as a performer.
I joined because I love playing classical music with other musicians, and I just like being in ensembles with people that enjoy music as much as I do. I've been a musician for 5 years, and I've played flute for about 4 months and percussion for maybe a year or 2.
Been playing since it started about 2 years ago, and I love playing in the orchestra because I love playing with the musicians there, and I love music. And the reason why I continue to support the Spring Hill Orchestra is because it gives a great opportunity for my students to play as well.
We'll be playing at the Cherry Theater at Columbia State for the first time, which is very exciting because they're fully equipped for, an orchestra with lighting and everything like that. We've also done a performance in Franklin at the Public Library. Also, we do some chamber things, smaller orchestra at Faith Lutheran Church in Thompson Station. So I hope people will come out and check us out. We have a concert coming up, and we would just love to see new faces in the audience. We have a really exciting program coming up. We're doing some Beethoven. We're doing a very exciting piece by Saint-Saëns, the Bacchanal from Samson and Delilah, and then Schubert's Ninth Symphony. They're all very big, exciting pieces. So we don't charge for tickets right now. We do have a suggested donation because that's how the orchestra runs is by donations from people. So, and if anyone is interested in playing with us, I hope that you'll also reach out to us. If you're interested in either coming to a concert or maybe joining the orchestra, check out our website, springhillorchestra.org. All the information is there. We also have an email address. It's info@springhillorchestra.org.
Mule Day is upon us, and Maury County Now has our list of must-dos for your Mule Week moves. Mule Day week kicks off on Monday, March 27th. Festivities begin in Maury County on Wednesday, March 29th, with the wagon train pulling into Maury County Park. On Thursday, March 30th, Maury County Park opens its annual Arts, Crafts, and Flea Market starting at 10 a.m. With so many events going on at the park, check out muleday.org for a full list of activities such as music, mule competitions, and more. Also, on Thursday, March 30th, check out Wilmeth Foreman reading her new book, Mini Mule, for the little ones at Duck River Books from 2 to 3 p.m. And that evening, Mule de Gras at Asgard Brewery, featuring live music, food, cornhole, and beer. Bands include Fleming and Moore, Damian Boggs and the Proper Villains, and Hillbilly Casino. Starting at 10 a.m. on Friday, March 31st, check out the Columbia Breakfast Rotary Mule Day Auctioneer Contest at the Tennessee Livestock Producers Barn. With all the events happening out at the park, also make sure you don't miss the 70s and 80s costume event at Variety Records featuring a DeLorean. If you're still near the park, then head on over to the Liars Contest at 7 p.m. at Columbia Central High School. On Mule Day, Saturday, April 1st, get a healthy start with the Mule Kick 5K and 1 mile trot from 8 to 10 a.m. at the Riverwalk Park. Once you've worked up an appetite, head over to Bloodies and Biscuits at the Poke Home starting at 9 a.m. This signature event before the parade features ham biscuits and Bloody Marys in the gardens of the Poke Home, and live music by the country band Dixie Crossing. Stick around, because at 11 the Mule Day Parade begins. Even more events are happening at the park, so make sure you check out muleday.org for more info. At 2:30 p.m., Grammy Award-winning musician and New York Times best-selling author Rory Feek will be at the Duck River Books to sign copies of his new book, This Life I Live. Travel back in time as the Building Blocks School for the Arts bring back the favorites in country music with a night at the Opry starting at 7 p.m. Sunday, April 2nd still has a few activities going on at Maury County Park, so check out muleday.org for more details. And have a safe and happy Mule Day week, y'all.
We'll be back with more Maury County Now after this.
You don't want just a house. You want a home. Something comfy and cozy that brings your family together. And eScore has a few tips to help you get there. HVAC replacement and duct sealing are two key elements in creating a more comfortable and energy-efficient home. Is your HVAC equipment more than 10 years old? Need frequent repairs? Or working overtime to keep your home comfortable? Are your ducts leaking conditioned air under your house? Or are the cracks in your return air system circulating dirty air into your home? If you answered yes to any of the previous questions, well, it might be time for an upgrade. Energy Star estimates that the typical home loses 20 to 40% of its conditioned air in the ductwork. That's like throwing away money every day. Having an eScore contractor professionally seal and insulate your leaky ducts may be the single most important thing you can do to improve your home's energy performance. Together, properly sealing and insulating your duct system and upgrading to an energy-efficient HVAC unit can help your home be more comfortable, reduce excessive dust and costly energy bills, and improve the quality of the air inside your home. Want to make your house the home you've always wanted? After making these important upgrades, take advantage of your free eScore evaluation to receive cash rebates and instant savings measures. Visit our website today at 2escore.com or call us at 1-855-2escore.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
And now, back to more Maury County Now.
There's a unique stained glass window hiding out on West 7th. Find the presidential link with Adam Southern on this edition of Historic Maury County.
Hello, I'm Adam Southern, and this is another edition of Historic Maury County. And today we're at the beautiful First Methodist Church in historic downtown Columbia. And right here on the front of this church is a memorial to President James K. Polk. And a lot of people pass it every day and don't realize what it is. But this beautiful rose stained glass window here in front of the church is a lasting memorial to our 11th president, James Knox Polk. Now, you may be confused if you look at the window, because right underneath the president's face is in the glass 10th president. Why was he called the 10th president on this memorial window? Well, in the 1870s, when they placed this window here, the presidential numbering system hadn't been figured out yet. They weren't sure if President Tyler was really a president, because he was elected vice president and became president at the death of President Harrison. So they didn't know if his number counted or not. So if you didn't count him, James K. Polk was the 10th president of the United States. But today we count President Tyler, so we know James K. Polk as the 11th president of the United States. So that's one thing that's on the window. Above the president, you will see a descending dove, and the dove is representative of the Holy Spirit. I see that a lot in cemetery symbolism, and it's also the same in this window. And right underneath the president is an open Holy Bible. So those two things are on the glass. Historically, this window would have had to the left of him a sword and the scales of justice, and to the right the square and compass of the Masonic. James K. Polk was a master mason, was president of the lodge here in Columbia for many years. In addition to this window, there are several things along 7th Street that are also small memorials to President James K. Polk. We are really walking in the path of a president as we walk down West 7th Street. His law office was just at the end of this block where the First Tennessee Bank is today. As you're walking in that bank, you'll see a plaque that says James K. Polk's law office stood here. And it was just a small little cabin of a thing, and they tore it down in the 1880s to build the Bethel House Hotel. But that's where he first practiced law. Just down the street, you'll see a stairwell that leads to a parking lot at Oaks and Nichols Funeral Home. That stairwell once led to the sidewalk to James K. Polk's Columbia home. He and Sarah Childress lived there. And of course, the James K. Polk home, the ancestral home, the only home besides the White House that James K. Polk lived in, is standing here proudly on West 7th Street today, and it's open for tours. So I hope you'll go out and explore some of these Polk symbols and sites and experience Maury County, and don't forget to come see me at the library.
Maury County Now is proud to present the finale of What Happened to the Columbia Mall.
On Friday, March 17th, it was announced that a number of JCPenney stores across the United States would close, and the location at the Columbia Mall would not be one of them. John Muharan, Vice President of Government Relations for the Hull Property Group, stated, "JCPenney is a big part of our redevelopment of the mall there. We are going to work with Columbia City leaders in short order on a path forward," in an article in the Daily Herald from March 18th. That path forward has been alluded to in a March 11th article in the Columbia Daily Herald. Muharan states that, "The day has passed when we would revive this as an interior-based mall. That's just the reality of the current state of retail. If you look at what they're doing in Spring Hill, there is a lot of retail up there, but it is not an enclosed mall. They are doing lots of outdoor strip centers and upscale town centers. On redevelopment of this property, it would require turning it inside out and coming back with an outward-facing development instead of an inside mall development, he added. It means a demolition and starting over on most of the property. A lot of that is speculative at this point. We do know it's good dirt, so to speak. That's the best piece of land in that retail corridor. We would redevelop it with a lot of demolition. We, of course, want to keep Maury Regional as a prominent part of the development. While talk of what will happen next with the Columbia Mall is encouraging, the track record of the Hull Property Group for malls such as ours may not be. Taking a look at 2 other malls that are in redevelopment, we get a chance to see how that looks. Thanks to YouTube user Doomy Grunt, we can see how the Wilson Mall in Wilson, North Carolina has been redeveloped. Another example is the Ponce de Leon Mall in St. Augustine, Florida. Jacksonville.com reported in 2015 that the interior of the mall was closing and that only exterior stores would remain. Images of the mall from 2014, Flickr user Rebecca Outatime 83 shows us an eerily similar interior to our own. While images and video from other malls gives us a picture of the promises of the Hull Property Group, nothing is as good as a personal testimony. We interviewed former Bear Creek Coffee owners Stacy and Ed Ellis, as well as former mall manager Rebecca Russell, about their experience with the Hull Property Group.
We opened the coffee shop in 2007.
They sold us kind of on the bill of goods that they were going to really, it was kind of ground floor opportunity. And it kind of was on the ground floor, and then it kind of went down further from the ground floor. There wasn't ever any real renovations at all.
We promised we're going to have these businesses coming in. We have things that we're going to do. I think they even said we're going to paint and redo the parking lots. There were plans in place.
And when it closed, we just move on with life. We just kind of pick ourselves up and move on. And
we would still be in business if we had not chosen our lovely abandoned mall.
Well, the mall's got to just do something with it. The way it is now, like either, fish or cut bait. Fix it or go away. The land itself is the best retail space in Columbia. If Columbia wants to have a good, thriving retail component, that mall has got to change.
And to quote a movie, just because it wasn't personal to you doesn't mean it wasn't personal to us. That was our life right there, and it's not there anymore. So fix it or go home. You don't need to be here.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Russell. I was the acting manager of Shady Brook Mall. We kept the mall active. We kept activities in there every weekend. We had something for either the adults or the children. When our owner told us that the mall had sold, they were going to keep us on with our security and our cleaning crew, which we were happy because we were going to be able to keep our jobs. We were dedicated. We loved our job. We loved Shady Brook Mall. The day before the papers were signed, they had altogether different attitudes. The next morning they came in, a lady was standing in Michelle's office and she asked for all our keys. Didn't give us a notice, a warning, or anything. They just asked for our keys, said that we were all terminated. Didn't give us a notice, a warning, or anything. They just asked for our keys, said that we were all terminated. When Hull came in, it was like they just ripped the rug out from under us. As far as Hull goes, I wouldn't trust them. They're not good to their word. They proved that. If they had been honest with us up front, that they just needed us for the 2 or 3 weeks to show them the ropes, you know, that would have been different. But to tell us all along that they were going to keep us, Hull they just killed it. They might have just closed the doors when they came in. To change the name, to change the appearance, it was going to be so much better. And then to pick it off like they did, they destroyed it.
While changes may be on the horizon, the Columbia Mall and the property still need your help. Without citizen involvement and accountability for business owners, we may be looking at more of the same instead of a future of positive change.
To find out more information about any of the stories you've seen on this edition of Maury County Now, check out our website at maurycountynow.com and look in the show notes for more details. Maury County Now is produced by Columbia TNTV. From all of us here at the Maury County Now cast and crew, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.